Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we're going to look at post category and post tag archives for the upcoming Canvas starter site. So this is going to be actually two videos in one because they are very similar in lots of respects, and functionality and how they're designed and what they are designed to do. You know, post archives, whether it's categories or tags or whatever, are very closely related. So I thought I would do both of these areas in a single video. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. From the MyListing Club website, that's mylisting.club, we're going to click on the MyListing Starter Sites card here. We're just going to drill down and find the Canvas starter site build notes. Okay, let's click into the Explore button here and then click into the Canvas card. Then we're going to scroll down the page a bit, look for the build notes section, and we are going to expand two areas. One is this post category archive, and then we're going to look here at the post tag archive. Okay, so that's already out there available for you to look at. Obviously, I'm going to move this over to my other screen and read some stuff, show you some stuff, all that kind of stuff. Okay, before we get into that, I want to show you what the MyListing demo shows you. If you were to use one of the MyListing demos, just to show you a point of reference of what I'm talking about and how basic the design is that you're going to get without a starter site or getting these individual templates downloaded and added to your site. Okay, so this is the MyListing main demo. This is their blog page. Down here in the postcards, I call them postcards. You'll see this uncategorized. That's a category. Okay, so if I click into this category, we are now into a category page. Okay. If I now click into one of these posts, I'll open that in a new tab, and we scroll down a bit. These are the tags. Okay, if I click into one of these tags, we now have a tag archive. So category archive, tag archive. You can see they are identical in terms of design, functionality. There's nothing you can do to these unless you create a template with Elementor, which is what I'm going to show you here, or you code it all by hand. You know, you can go just a CSS route and make things look better. But as far as functionality, like you got to code it by hand if you don't create a template with Elementor. You just go the Elementor route, save yourself a lot of time and headaches. Okay, but that's what we are going to pretty up and add functionality to in this video. Okay. Okay, so first up, post category archive. By default, MyListing's post category archive template is very basic, which I just showed you, and you must rely on code customizations to adjust the design and add functionality. Using Elementor Pro, which is included and licensed in the starter sites, Canvas customers can have the full power and flexibility of Elementor to build archive pages any way they want without requiring custom code. Currently, the post category archive template applies to all blog post categories using Elementor's display conditions. So we're going to quickly look in the back end here, and I'll show you what I mean as we go along. So down here in the lower left, if you click this arrow, you're going to get the ability to set display conditions. These are currently, as it shows here, set to all categories, but you can easily dive into here and choose different areas that this applies to, whether it's a child category, a child of a child category, however you want to do it. If you want to specify literally a specific category, you can do that. Just lots of flexibility that you can do there. So I covered that. You can easily change that. And the other thing too is post category archive templates apply to all posts in a specific category, etc. But you can also clone this archive. So in the back end, we see this is the template that we're working from right now. It's just dark mode. It's in draft mode because by default, Canvas is in light mode. But let's just say you wanted to apply a different design to different categories. So like if you had a fashion website and you wanted a category page for beauty, or not beauty, a certain type of fashion, let's say dresses or whatever, you could have a category page designed specifically for dresses or specifically for hats, you know, or whatever. All you need to do is clone these templates and then apply them to the specific category. So it's really, really cool, really, really powerful stuff. All right, dynamic elements. So let's go ahead and dive into one of these posts. categories. So we're now looking at the light mode version of the template. So this is going to be the default. Dynamic elements, the archive title, page title. So that's this right here where it says category 1, pulls in the name of the corresponding category, which in this case is category 1. Recent posts heading, this one right here, pulls in the name of the corresponding category, category 1 in this case. And then it adds the word recent to the front of that and post at the end, creating recent category 1 posts, or whatever the name of your category is. Recent post grid pulls in the most recent category 1 post, but can easily be configured to limit by term, whether it's a category, a tag, or whatever, the author. You can manually select what posts go in here. Just lots of flexibility there. The post grid. We went over post grids. Sorry, so that's these right here. I'll probably edit my build notes to be more clear on that. These down here is what I'm referring to. Pulls all posts, but can easily be configured to limit by, again, term, category tag, etc., author, manual selection, etc. So I'll go through and update the build notes. That's not super clear, but I should just say, in general, all of these grids, post grids, can do that, have that flexibility. Taxonomy badge, that is this right here, where you see the taxonomy in here, whether it's a tag, a child category, or just a category. This is actually, because this is a category page, we're going to see child categories down here as far as the headings and the taxonomy is in here. Okay. If you were at the blog page level, that's when you're going to see just the categories. So categories, and then we see categories and the taxonomies, and so on and so forth. That was a previous video that I did for the blog page, but we are now looking at category pages. So that's where these child categories words are coming from. Okay, so again, taxonomy badges, each postcard, so these right here, each postcard within the post grids has a badge that displays the post terms, whether it's categories, tags, etc. The badge is populated by different loop item templates to provide different options and inspiration. So what I mean by that is, and I did this in another video, if you want to check it out, I believe it's for the blog post video. But these loop items, these are called loops, right? And then each individual card is designed by what's called a loop item. And these templates are all available from the club. Check out the build notes for more information, but you'll see that each of these cards is built differently. And I did that intentionally just to give you different options for looks. If you like this look, for example, you can use that for all of these grids. If you like this one better, you can use it for all of these grids. It's totally interchangeable. You just select which grid, which loop item you want to use, okay? This is a newer feature of Elementor. It's extremely powerful and fun to work with. Static elements, the featured posts up here at the top. You know, obviously these buttons, well, I shouldn't say obviously, these buttons at the top, these are, you got to put in the name of your categories and things like that. For the featured post, this is also meant to be a manual selection. You go in here and you specify the post that you want to highlight the most, okay? If you don't want to do it this way, you can remove this. If you could also find other ways to display a feature post dynamically if you want. But this was just a concept and inspiration, put this out there for you for inspiration of how you might want to do it. But currently that is a static element. And by static, I mean the design is all going to be in there and dynamic, but just going in here and specifying which post shows up here. It takes 2 seconds. Okay. What else? The button menu I went over, that's obviously static. Got to stop saying obviously. Newsletter sign-in form. This is dynamic as far as the design and everything and what shows, but you need to go in here and obviously put your text in, fill in, or connect this to your newsletter platform, whether it's MailPoet or MailChimp or whatever it is that you use. You got to connect those. Otherwise, you could just turn this into a contact form if you want, or turn this into an ad space, or you can get creative there, whatever you want to do. But if you're going to use this for a newsletter, then configure it for a newsletter. I've had some customers say this isn't ready for newsletters. That's because I don't know what newsletter solution you're using, so it doesn't make any sense for me to set this up. So just want to point that out. Okay, what's next? Miscellaneous highlights. The featured post. I added a featured post with the unique design as we looked at just a second ago at the top of the page, which Canvas customers can use in various ways. I went over that already. These read more links are custom. That Elementor does not provide that option out of the box. So I basically took a read more link, I should say, and turned it into a button style to match the rest of the site and the branding. SEO friendly heading assignments. So if we check those out, top to bottom, H1s, H2s, H3s, and so on are all structured properly. So that is all good. Let's go ahead and check the mobile view. We'll do that back here in the dark mode version. Not that there's any wrong with the light mode version. I just like to do it in the Elementor tools. It's a little bit easier. Okay. So that's desktop, and then here we see the tablet view. If you want to get these to display all in one line, you could shrink the fonts, or you can make each of these buttons 50, bigger, wider. Depends however you want to do that there. But tablet's not going to be the most popular view by a long stretch. So it's going to be desktop and a mobile phone. So depends how much time you want to spend on that, but it still looks good. Okay, so we see everything looks good on tablet. Switch over to phone. Okay, that all looks really cool. Cool. That all looks good. All right, cool. So that is the light and the dark mode version of the post category archive. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. And now let's dive into the tags. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Here we go. So this is the tag archive. Okay, it looks similar, but it is different in a little bit of ways here. So we see at the top, there's a little bit of a different design. The buttons are gone. The menu buttons are gone. If you want to add those back, super easy to do, especially if you already go ahead and you grab the post categories archive template. You can copy that container and drop it in here and just recreate it yourself. We see that same featured post idea up here at the top. Down here, we've got a, let me pull up my notes here, make sure I don't miss anything. Let me go through my notes. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just going to tell you the things that are different. Elementor Pro is included in license. I showed you the MyListing demo and how basic it is and how we're changing that. Currently, the post tag archive template applies to all blog post tags. Same concept. Let me show you those. So down here in the display conditions, we see that they're applying to all tags. Now you can choose keep that way. You can choose different taxonomies, or you can also go in here and specify specific tags, however you want to do that. Dynamic elements, I already showed you the archive page title. It's pulling in the name of the tag in this case. Post grid pulls all posts, but can easily be configured to limit by term. I've talked to you about that. The taxonomy badge, I talked to you about that. These are pulling from, so these cards are pulling from specifically the Canvas loop item tags style 1 light mode template. It's a mouthful, but it all has to be said because it all is part of it. Okay, so that template is available to download. I think it's I don't know what membership level, whatever the lowest club membership level tier is, you can get your hands on that, I believe. But that's how that's pulled in. I'll quickly show you that here. So if you click on this item right here, we see we're choosing a template, and we're pulling in the dark mode version because we're in the dark mode version. If you click this drop down and you start doing a search for like loop item, you'll see a bunch of them in here. And just because we're using the tags ones here, you can pull in the category one if you want, if it looks different enough for you. The sky's the limit. I just named them like this so that it's easy to reference. You can create as many different loop item designs, styles as you want. It's just totally up to you how you want to do it, okay? Very flexible. Static elements are the same, featured post, the newsletter sign up, miscellaneous highlights. I went over that already. SEO friendly heading assignments. That's going to be also good. Okay. So there we see our structure, heading one. This is a simpler page, so there's not really much concern with the headings, but they are laid out appropriately. Okay. So moving on down, we've got a tags heading here. You can put whatever you want. And then I've kind of put like a placeholder subheading in here, basically just to let people know, type something in here to let people know that they can search posts by tags. Because again, the idea here is we're just trying to get beyond that really basic tag archive that comes with MyListing by default. This opens the doors. Now that you have this base, you can just, sky's the limit here, okay? But here we go. So let's look at the functionality. When they scroll down, we're going to have a sticky menu here on the left for the tags, the tag menu. So right now we have the all button selection. So we're going to see all posts in here, okay? And you can configure how many posts are shown. You can do pagination. You can do all that sort of thing. But now I have, like I said, all posts are chosen. What if we choose just tag one? We see that now sort, and all of these tag ones are coming in. So any post with a tag one in it is going to show. Let's drop down and choose 9. So now we see just the post with a tag of 9 is showing. Okay. What if you want to show posts that have tag 1 and tag 5? So you would choose tag 1 and tag 5. So what this allows you to do is multi-select, and you can turn this. If you're familiar with MyListing at all, this is going to look familiar to you, where you can choose, like on an Explore page, like multi-select, show me all of the listings that meet all of those criteria, not just one. Okay, so we see here, we don't have any posts that have both of these tags in common. Let's take 5 out and let's put tag 2 in there. Okay, so all of these posts have tag 1 and tag 2 in common. Let's do tag 3. Same thing. And we see that here in the taxonomy badge, tag 1, tag 2, and tag 3. As soon as I choose a tag that's not in there, boom, they're gone. Okay. So that is how that works. What else? Let's look at the mobile view, and then I will get you out of here. This will be white. Just that is a white heading. I don't know why Elementor is showing it that way, but it will be white. Okay, that all looks good. And then this will be white too. So anywhere you see black text that looks wonky, it will be white. Okay, this all looks good. This looks good. Nice little taggy cloud looking thing there. All right, that all looks good. All right, guys, that's it. These templates are all available currently on the club. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.